Good evening, free enterprise fans. We have round 2 versus Possumorpheus versus Judge Infinious. Tonight, we are joined with Psychonaut being the restreamer, Y2 Sky, our tracker, and I'm in the booth here with Engie Dave. How's it going?
I'm doing great tonight. Having a good chuckle at our runners' naming schemes right now.
Well, we do know the one weakness that Possum has is good old Dia.
And Possum, I think this is a cricket naming scheme. I'm not sure. We need someone a little bit more knowledgeable with that, like maybe Infinious.
Yeah, I would think so, because they have the keeper, probably the point guard, and Fu, cricket. Yep. Yep, that'd definitely be a cricket naming scheme. Of course, both riders not letting us know what the objectives are. I mean, so right now we've got that Heck and Save Your Game parody that Infinite Scythe came up with. I actually have no clue what that's about.
I have not heard it yet, and if it's getting stuck in people's heads, I probably don't want to.
For those of you who did not catch the first round of between these two runners, it was an amazing race. It will be uploaded to YouTube eventually, and I would definitely suggest watch it back. What are you hoping for in this particular race tonight, Dave?
Oh, I'm hoping, Sirens are buried, Moon Axis is buried, and no Tella, just to,
Well, we get our first glimpse here.
cause some problem with grinding. Unfortunately,
we start off.
Unfortunately, Edge is there, so there goes that plan.
Yeah, we start off with an Edge. We've got to, turn the pink tail, cure the sand ruby, forge, ribbon room, burn mist, music, and cave value. And we start off with, as I would say, a pretty good starting party.
We start off with the thieving power couple.
Yeah, an Edge and a white mage. I'm happy. And a hook too.
Oh, nice. We got a hook rider. Hopefully.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you go check Bedward. You go down the hook route, get your third character, check some of the gated shops and that gated loot, and that may be able to propel you faster through the rest of these overworld checks.
Yeah, maybe there's something free on the hook route, like you see, I don't know, a blue king sprite.
That'd be nice. It would just matter what's sitting at the original King Queen spot. What's up nasty, like Ogo Pogo there, Evil Wall. Ugh.
Oh, that's a problem for when we get to it.
Yeah, we've got at least got to see it if there's the magma key somewhere. But what does a good old bar to give us?
Bard, I have questions.
Yeah, I'm like, so he gave us is he trying to help us by giving us some of his power since he wants to be inside all the time? I don't know. Questions for another game, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Ooh, Mute Knife on Possum side, that's gonna help out that Edge early on.
Yeah, public treasury paying off, and a little bit of money there too with the Aegis shield, the diamond shield.
Well, still, you get just like a 2 Mute Knives or maybe like a Mute Knife Rune Ring. Edge's new Jutsu is going to be quite powerful early on. Most runners don't think about that, but having early flame with some extra multipliers, really nice. Awesome going to Evelyn Castle with this party.
Want some good weapons for Edge. This play makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I mean, you can at least take out the Mad Ogre chest if things go your way, since you have that Mute Knife. And
or that Assassin Dagger.
Well. Just gotta be able to survive the hits.
Edge in the center slot, a little bit good timing. Get the swoon procs.
Well, Infinious did find a defense sword, found that Mad Ogre chest. Well, Possum finds a Charm Rod.
And Charm Rod's not doing much for us right now. The defense sword will be useful later. Maybe. Well, that's a dart always.
Yeah, it's always a dart. It's not too bad of a dart as well. It's one of those emergency darts. Sorkrobe.
Possibly
And
signing
second
that's enough for
chest.
now.
I mean,
And
Ninja Star's not bad. It's a decent thrown weapon for Edge. And he at least found a second sword to fully complete his damage calculation.
yeah, it's no fun having that nice 0 attack weapon on there.
No. Well, we've got the best white mage.
And Ryvon in chat pointing out that Infinious is also copied Dia's background, not just naming everyone Dia.
Yeah, trying to pull in the full power of Dia to help overcome Possum here.
I mean, if you're gonna channel someone's spirit to take on Possum, it's a good choice.
Oh, definitely. Odin's down and out for the count. See, anything else decent here in Eblin? An archer
2 more
bow,
vampires.
which is...
And 2 more vampires
Oh.
to complement that 1 vampire, so it's a very undead party we've got going on.
Well, I mean, the vampires, if you didn't have an edge, would be great to try to get up more deals or just some of those J-items. But with this early edge, do you really need the J-items? Especially single target J-items.
We'll find a use for them.
Well, we can see here what's an Antlion Cave, while I'm not doing the meme of fading it. Fading that hook route character.
Might be waiting to get exit first before peeking that.
Yeah, that's a... Yeah, we gotta take out the Assassin Dagger, as it does reduce your wisdom stat. But I think even with that reduction,
Yeah, it was
the dance party was doomed to begin with.
a little bit of fire on the dance floor tonight.
Okay. Gotta party hard sometime.
Yeah, Phineas finding, well, a strength ring is nice.
Ooh, just some samurai arrows in Antlion, so no value there.
And not even the good news of having a rude boss out of the way.
Yeah. That's probably about the worst. The worst part is that it's an easy boss down there. You hope for something like Gauntlet to be down there, therefore you don't have to deal with it later.
Or say Wyvern or Val, so you know they're out of the pool.
But we found our sirens for sale. And some drain spears for sale as well too. So do we make a super early dive down this hook route?
I think the Drain Spears for sale might make a free second spot boss much more appealing.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you can anchor correctly for that first fight, because that first fight, if you're not anchored,
It's a little punchy.
it's a bit scary. Yeah, just a little bit.
And Edge will go splat.
Anybody goes splat there. But we'll get to see the first look at this second boss here.
That is the opposite of free at this spot.
Well, I mean, if our runners have found a Thunderclaw, that's not bad. Plus, that's a Palom, so I mean, we've got Twin to go up, more deals. We're gonna have Twin, or we might even have Quake. Like, not bad for a Kinaza hook route.
So the question I have to ask: after taking the first spot, will either a runner save before taking on a Kinatsu?
You know, it's if you feel comfortable enough to do the fight, and then I wouldn't even bother saving. It's one of those fights that, if done enough times, it's a very easy rotation to do. It's just a matter of knowing the rotation.
And both our runners are very familiar with this fight.
Oh, yeah.
Nice ninja sword pull. Oh, Evelyn Cave paying off.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is Edge's Cave, right? Black belt in Eblin. But what will Infinious do is the question.
I think part of there is a Thunderclaw there, but I think part of Infinious' plan is going to be find Thor Rages.
Well, see, so here's the thing: is that you, depending on how much damage you do to Kanazo, if you're doing the Thunderclaw strats, you only need to nerf like 1 or 2 of the waves. Because
At the very least, the first.
Right, definitely the first, as that will probably wipe the party.
Yeah, if you haven't done any damage, first wave there does, I think, 1,000 to 1,255.
Yep. However, Rattail turned into an Earth Crystal. We've got money coming in.
Yeah, so all that looting Infinious just did, the advantage may be vanishing.
It all depends, because I think Possum's going to go straight for that treasury. I mean, treasury 10 minutes in?
Yeah, sub 10 minutes, there's no reason not to just go straight there.
No. And it all depends on what's in this treasury. Alright, so we get to play everybody's favorite game. It's time to rate that treasury.
Not bad. I mean, it's Stardust Rod, a few middle swords.
Yeah, some powerful stuff for the edge, another defense sword. Don't have to go back to Evan for that.
Yep. Defense sword. I saw the Zeus Rage, which will help with the hook route.
Yep. Decent amount of money in there. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that treasury.
Yeah, I'd say it's about a 6 or 7.
I mean, even if you don't dart the defense sword, it sells for a lot of money. I mean, when you buy one, you buy it for 98,000.
Sure, I'll believe that. So it should sell for 24.
Yeah. Defense sword's one of the more higher priced weapons to be able to buy. So I could definitely fund your sirens. Infinious going to find out the news here of Mylon going down, but we get to see who's up here on the Earth Crystal.
And to anyone who knows Possumorpheus, he is a huge proponent of grind early and grind often, so that siren funding will be huge.
Definitely. I mean, you want to figure out your party. Figure it out early. Oh, gets the swoon proc on the Flame Dog.
There's some fake Hanzo.
So about that hook route.
Yeah, it's looking easier and easier as we go.
Right?
I mean, we got Mirth Thunderclaw, we got a Zeus Rage.
Yeah, this is... I'm not worried about this hook route anymore. That's definitely what Possum was hoping to find there. I mean, with it being the Adamant Cup, you're hoping to spike the 1%er of being an Adamant armor there, but...
Yes. Okay, this is beatable. This part, just not what you want to see.
No. It does have a Bacchus, but I don't think it's going to use it. Nope, decides to use it right away. I mean, you've got 2 Zergcasters.
And you can always steal more on your way down the hook route.
Yeah, there is that too. Also get exit with our Rosa, so Porum not necessarily needed in this party anymore.
Hey, you can't take the J items with you.
This is true. Question comes to be, will Possum be able to do enough damage to skip the explosion?
With this
Hard to
damage
say.
output, I don't think so.
I also think that this spot's actually relatively slow and he's fast anchored, so whether or not Mom
True.
Bomb gets enough turns.
That's very true. It may actually be enough.
If I remember correctly, I mean, this spot has about 9,000 health, and Mom Bomb, if memory serves, gets an extra 9,000 to be able to keep the script going.
That's
So
not
it's
about
kind
right.
of damage. If he can get 18 turns in before Mom Bomb explodes.
And we see Infinious getting through Fool with no difficulty at all, claiming the rat tail. We did see Infinious as well also reset out of that, or out of the Antlion Cave, deciding Samurai Arrows, not worth my time.
No, definitely not worth time, especially with us knowing that there are free Samurai Arrows in that treasury.
And not having exits, it's not worth walking out.
But now we come to Earth
We see
2,
some
which,
divergence.
I mean, ordeals, that's a bit of divergence. I mean, you're right here. Might as well do it before you forget about it. It is a Sphere 0 check, so it does have possibly some value. Ooh, Blue Robe at Dwarf 2.
That's a spicy gauntlet when it shows up.
Yeah, but at least we have the knowledge of a Blue Robe. It's either, and it's in a spot that there's only one sprite anyways, so it's not like
Yep.
you can easily tell.
So that's either a spicy gauntlet or a waste of a water hag.
And we've got some Baron guards here on Ordeals trying to block our way.
Yeah. Kingdom Baron has decided you will not become a paladin. Makes sense from a certain point of view.
Yeah. Ditching the Edward. Because we don't have an early spoon. Now, if you get the spoon from like Earth Crystal, do you go back and pick up that Edward?
Oh, I'm a fan of Spoonward, so I probably would, but
Ooh, yet to play
They're lucky
the
for me.
50-50 game here. Ha 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 is here to play.
and we see a back attack Dark Elf. It's annoying, but not the worst.
Right. We've got some darts to be able to get through this. Some Ninja Stars or Drain Sword.
And there are far worse things show up here, like say Mega Sisters.
Mm-hmm. Now Possum's hoping that Edge does not get demolished here.
Shadow has other
goes
plans.
the Edge.
And
now
with
it
the
comes to a
anchoring
50-50.
here, with the anchoring here, I don't know if you even get the shot at 50-50.
Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, Possum does have a lot of knowledge in this game, so he could be planning to try and 50-50 here.
No, it's this spot's just too fast.
Trying to run. Buffer in,
Maybe?
buffer out.
Oh,
Gets it off. And Gomez will do the most of the damage for you. And we get a vampire just to finish it off. But ooh, Magma Key from Ordeals.
well, that's no fun.
No, not at all.
I wanted to see our runners take on that Kinatsu.
Well, no, here's what would have been the funny thing. You go down the hook route, and then you see Wyvern at King Queen spot.
And then it's, oh, there's a what didn't I do?
Exactly. That's one of those worst feels like, oh, this is not my logical underground access. Because in case you didn't know, chat, Wyvern, Valvalis, and Golbez cannot gate your logical underground access. So if you have all the safety checks turned on, and you see one of those bosses, Not your path underground.
And see the past Mirth Crystal, so still worth it, I guess.
The pass is not a bad item to have. You know, it does allow you not to have to go back to the moon. So if you want to make an early moon dive and never want to come back, be our guest.
You just need to find your way up.
Hey, cabin only shop.
Not as good as the owned only shop.
No. But always good to find camping gear. And here's the other Mylon. We know this is Mylon Z.
4 HP at Mylon Z, this goes down.
2 hits.
I was going to say in 1 hit. Fortunately, I stopped that thought.
Yeah, because Edge decided to low roll. About 64 HP short.
The D is showing you how it's done.
Ooh. It's CPU here.
Those darts are going to immediately show their value.
Yeah, well, I mean, Possum's got Mura Ninja. Mura actually increases your magic stat, funny enough.
Yeah, it's like plus strength and wisdom or something?
Yeah, it's plus strength and wisdom, minus vitality and
Minus
agility.
agility.
I think. One of those weird weapons that just has weird stats to it.
Not much value here, though.
No. But if it is having that magma key, you know, I guess they did get the Palom from the hook route, which depends on how you view it. Is that really valuable?
Combined with the sirens on the hook route, could be.
Yeah, if Possum finds magma key and doesn't check the hook route shop, could be a little bit of an issue there.
Okay, that's why Infinious landed, then took off again. I think he was thinking, I need sirens to get Quake before I continue.
Well, yeah, I mean, you buy a few, and with that Palom, get Quake, and that clears up a lot of the underground, you know, like Dwarf or even Tower. Buys 5, probably 2 to get Palom to Quake, and then 3 later on to finish up, if anything.
I'm thinking 1's enough to get the Quake right now. That Palom's got a little bit of XP from other stuff.
I don't think Infinious has turned in that rat tail.
Nope, Infinious has not gone over there yet.
Question comes to be is, I mean, still, 22 minutes getting there with the crystal, I think you still got to go do it.
And Infinious will like that treasury more, seeing a Stardust Rod in there for the kid.
Ooh, yeah, definitely. But I mean, so far, I mean, we do have a hidden darkness crystal so far, so there's at least one wish coming true.
I just didn't want to fire up man with a D machine gun.
I mean, so let's see, what would we really want for a grind? We have an Edge, we have a Young. You know, let's stick the alt gauntlet at the Masamune altar with the Twin Harp. There's the level that you need.
That sounds like the worst game of Clue ever.
Infinious going underground here, dropping the magma key. Gets to fade that K-Now zone.
And Possumorpheus going to soon find out the good news too.
I mean, the question comes to be is like, where do you first go when you get underground? Do you go to the Fame March for the freebie, for the check your freebies, or do you go to Dwarf, knowing that you have a blue robe sitting there?
I think Infinious first goes and cracks an egg.
Fair point.
Because
On
whichever
the
choice you make
Peninsula of
next,
Power.
whichever choice you make next, this makes it easier.
I mean, does have a, an end game party.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you swap this edge out for the Sid you reset out of.
Yeah, but one Quake from Palom would take out the orbs at that point, so it's not a huge time loss.
Or you find a Iridia somewhere to use as an anchor if you're going to take this party to Z.
Going down for the Feymarch freebie.
Interesting. Both choices are clearly defensible. They're both K main checks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at least also get to see two bosses down here. Infinious has not done Earth, so doesn't know about that blue road. I mean, checking some gated shops, checking two bosses, see if they're free. I mean, you've got Zerk, you've got Quake. I mean, you could easily do Plague down here, Bahamut. Like, there are free choices out there.
There's our darkness. So
not as
the
buried
world's our
as we
runner's
hoped.
oyster.
Now, both Overworld and Underground available to us. Starveils and Hourglass 2s. Pretty nice Feymarch shop.
So we've seen... What have we seen? Thinking what freebies are left.
We got Waterhag that still could be out there. We've got King Queen, Dimps, Kaipo Guards.
Have we seen any of them? Oh, we've seen the Baron Guards, that's it.
Yeah, we've seen the Baron Guards, and that's about it. Sparkle could be free.
I think you gotta see which one it is.
Not as free as the runners would hope.
No. No, no, no. Don't take that. It ends poorly for you.
Oh yeah, Pale Dim will definitely hit hard there. I mean, if you had some crystal rings and maybe a tiara, it'd take a while, but back row you'd be taking little to no damage.
In my round of 32 race, game 3, I may have decided that a Pale Dim in the Feymarch was a good idea. I can still hear the in my nightmares.
Ooh, Infinious deciding to go down to Sylph to set up Sheila 1. That's a bit of a interesting choice. We could definitely get save scum out of it, but I mean, taking the damage from Feymarch, I can see why I would want to set up Sheila 1. Where is Possum flying?
I think Possum was playing Dudes Where's My Hovercraft?
Yeah, it was flying all over the place there. Finally found it.
Someone let Porum take the wheel. She basically started arguing, I beat up Golbez, I could pilot an airship.
Yeah, I mean, Porum did pay out there of being able to get the Starveil up, so I mean, gotta give her props on that. Ooh, Legend Sword.
That's required.
Yeah. Possum is gonna be getting possibly his Palom down here. If not, definitely gonna be checking the shop. In S standard, this shop has got 2 tier 5 items for sure.
And we already know he is salivating over those sirens.
Well, it's one of those. Let's see who the Hokraut character is, and then it's gonna be one of those. Ooh.
And it's gonna be, do I have 120,000? No, 108,000 GP.
Yeah, it's 27 sirens to bring a Palom base level up to nuke.
That's why the math was changed.
Yep. I mean, even if not, you find the darkness, and you can do a few on Earth, and then do, let's say, warlocks on the moon.
And if you find new cells somewhere.
Right, well, even then, like, you have an option of, you did reset on the Sid, Possum has an Edward he can grab, or whoever the character is on the moon, to make Porum relative agility 1 and to be able to cast Mute.
Very true.
Or Rosa, I should say. Either way, there are grind options out there.
It does look like Infinious is going to try to pet the dog too.
That will definitely be happy to find that Murasame. Possum making a save in the save room, I think, is going to be looting Evelyn here for money percent.
Yeah. This is, I want 108,000 GP.
Yeah, and there's a ninja sword that sells for quite a bit. I mean, even if you come up just shy, you've at least got to do one moon boss. So you can come up a little shy, and if you do that spot first and get the 200,000, you can still get nuked that way.
That's a very good point. It appears Palom's journey to nuke is starting with a nap.
I mean,
as all good journeys do.
He's got to get his rest early on, because once he gets nuked, he's not going to have any time to rest at all. And we find a Bahamut.
That
no
game. No... That's money.
Yeah, no Rydia yet. Yeah, I think we found our finances for all these sirens. If not, we're pretty close.
That Ograx definitely gets it. That's another 11,000.
Yeah, arrows are to go next for things to trade out, because arrows don't sell for much. Not with Escorter. And here we go, time to sell the farm.
Hawk everything.
One of the last things he's going to be selling is probably that defense sword, as wants to keep that as a dart. Come on, sell it. There we go. 30 sirens bought.
And here we go, 30 sirens in a dream.
Hope everybody's hungry. Because we're going to have eggs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And Infinious making his way up, or making his way up the side. I don't believe I saw Infinious dive to find the flame dog. I believe it was on the left side in the fork.
Yep, it was the left side, right of
First
the left
chest.
side. Yep. But yes, did not actually dive for it. Just did the first two, as those are pretty quick and easy and on the path. Also equipping the assassin dagger, so you're gonna hope to get the swoon proc on the egg. And here we go.
And while Possum is making a giant omelet here.
How big of an omelet would a 30 egg omelet be?
I mean, they're also dragon eggs, so they gotta be pretty sizable eggs.
Oh yeah, I mean, so if we think maybe like 2 or 3 times the size of an ostrich egg, those things are huge.
I would probably be sick of eggs for a month after eating that.
Definitely, if not a year, like
or just sick in general.
to answer chat, no, Possum does not have a curse string.
We'll get to see how Infinious handles Golbez.
Yeah, it does have at least the Porum down. Now it's just a matter of, will Edge survive it? Edge does survive, so now it gets to play the 50-50 game.
It's not a fun game.
No. Unless you have a curse string elemental armor like Dragoon armor, you're not surviving the Lit 3 or Fire 2s.
Uh-oh.
Infinious does not have any Star Veils at all. He is searching his inventory and not finding them at all.
Yeah, you're not going to win Life Roulette here.
Oh no.
The house always wins this game of Life Roulette.
Yeah, as he looks again and doesn't find any. And unfortunately, you really can't Life Roulette that one because Golbez is fast either way. And unfortunately, Paladin is not 29, so does not know Warp at all. Pig, I'm curious of what... I'm curious of what Infinious is doing here.
At least Infinious saved after the Mom Bomb.
Right.
Having learned lessons from a few races earlier in this tournament. And probably having listened to the whole Save Your Game song.
Right. I wonder how much health... I mean, this spot's probably got around 10? 11,000 health? I wonder if Infinious is going to try to knock out another person and just have Edge just massively dart. But I think Golbez is going to have too much health.
This fight is 6,000 total. I think Golbez gives a little bit of that up to Shadow. What's Edge's level?
I'm not sure what Edge's level is.
Is it like 29-ish?
I don't know. This is gonna be interesting.
Those Drain Spears should do about 2,400 apiece.
Yeah, that's what we saw them doing, so I wonder if it's a dart for victory here. Edge did low roll on that Paladin, leaving a very nice number.
Oh, Pal knew exactly what he was doing there.
Oh yeah, of course, it's Paladin. And we've got some D-Lunars here on Possum's side. And down goes the Edge.
Shadow also knows exactly what it's doing.
Exactly. Question is, how much, at least in Final Fantasy, how much time do you spend here trying to get through this? That becomes the question. Or do you just go, yes, I walked up here, yes, I took out Mom Bomb. There's no gauntlet here. Well, there goes that dream.
Yeah, for wanting a Rude Seed, I would rather seen Water Hag here just because it's a relatively free spot, so Water Hag's kind of rude.
And Possum not doing all of the eggs, just did quite a few. Probably we'll save some for later.
And might be trying to get closer to 10 key items before finishing up that scramble.
I would also think of maybe also hoping to get another Black Mage, as double nuke white is a lot nicer than double white nuke.
That's a very good point.
Oh, we've got a hype train coming in.
Edge is having none of Talon's shenanigans this time.
Nope. So we will definitely see what how Infinious decides to take on this Golbez.
Maybe. Does Infinious still have the defense sword?
I think so. May actually have 2 defense swords.
Level 29, defense sword is... 2 defense swords should be enough.
Problem is that you have to time it just right for Shadow to actually disappear before Golbez will actually take any damage.
Getting the Talon looks to get another target for Golbez, most likely.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to play a major life roulette here in hopes that Edge is not one of the targets. Yeah, 2 defense swords.
Yep. I figured defense sword would get you there. Virus is not where you wanted it to go.
No, but will this virus take out Golbez? It's gonna be tricky.
Close.
Super close.
You need to slip through. You go to Rosa.
Okay, now you need this to come.
Okay, we're through.
I think we're through.
Because if fire
Talk
trip comes out, you needed to go to Rosa.
Talk about a Golbez without a Star Veil. I think the next thing is to find some Star Veils. Yeah, that was very well done.
Great job to Infinious getting through that with that is not a spot you want to find Golbez without veils.
No, we find a glass hat here in Dwarf. So not too much value. I guess the value was the gauntlet we took out along the way.
Sure.
Doesn't have the same ring to it. Albans and kamikazes. I wonder what Possum's gonna buy here. Some coffins? Always a good thing to have. A few of those for some of the free fights, if they're on the moon.
Or for using a Porum. That works too.
I mean, you gotta take your anchor out somehow, right? A coffin's just a guaranteed way that you don't miss by such a few amount of HP. The thing we've all been there is like, okay, I need to take out my anchor and miss.
And anchor survives at 1.
Yep, that and fight's over. It's like, oh, come on. Now I gotta find a new anchor.
That's why you just, decide, anchor's overrated.
Yeah, who needs the anchor? Just go to Zeroma's with the 56 agility anchor. It's fine.
Right. Never done that before.
Actually, it really is fine. It's one of the breakpoints.
It is. 56
No,
agility Eddie with
20.
56 agility Eddie with a Loki loot? Sure.
It's easier to hit with Edge. No, it's when you go in with 27.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Also, I'm gonna check this sparkle here and see that it's pale dim, and yeah, nope.
He too will discover that my nightmare sound lives there.
And we're leaving with darkness in hand. 1 objective on the moon, or 2 actually, with Cave of Bahamut and a ribbon room. And another character. I mean, there's... God, it's such a hard choice. You
I
bought
imagine
the 30 sirens. Do you do eggs, or do you do warlocks with life glitches.
I imagine we'll check the character first.
Yeah, definitely. But Infinious here, popping a few eggs here and see how many he bought. Oh, he's got a good sizable number.
Both these runners are major supporters of the grind early, grind often strategy.
Hey, I mean, if you find a grind early and you do it, it makes the rest of the seed a lot easier. Yet for some, they like the difficulty behind it.
Wait,
how like I can see it. It's a challenge point.
Are you saying you're not supposed to do low-level runs in a speed run?
I mean, isn't that what speedrunning is all about? But possibly going to find out the news here that Sheila 1 is just the Legend Sword, which is required, but can be gotten later. If Sheila 2 actually has the Adamant, like, Sheila Gate an entire objective?
So, Tybalt, you got the Fey March and Top of Tower left, or you can go to the moon. What's your choice?
I'm going to the moon. I'm seeing the characters up there. Probably take them as an anchor. I've got a Mute Knife. I've got Mute. I've got Zerk. I've got my Warlock grind on point here. I am getting Nuke and White and all the levels I need, and I'm going to blow up that moon. Especially since I have the pass.
It's a good answer. I have a feeling Possumorpheus is in full agreement with you.
Yeah, one thing, knowing Possum, more than like what Possum will do. I mean, both you and I both know we've raced with Possum many times, and that's one thing when you're racing someone is, yes, there's the aspect of knowing your skill level versus the other person's skill level, but also knowing how they like to route the seed as well, as we call metagaming.
Right, both of us have raced with Possumorpheus that we know he will take. We know, like we said before, we know he's a huge proponent of grinding.
I mean, we also know he's a huge proponent of fading the Twin Harp, but in this case, it's an objective, so you have to do it.
The Twin Harp is fading itself right now.
Right. So you have to do something that your opponent won't do to be able to get an edge over them. And then both these runners know each other very well.
Yes. And I know you're also very familiar with Infinious' playstyle, being that the two of you are team poor life choices.
Hey, I mean, we do pretty good, the 2v2s. And he's really trying to metagame Possum of grinding early, grinding often. Getting all of his levels now. Also, I'm resetting another character check. Saw that was a Tella. And it's probably going to go in here and, hi, Kane. You're in the party.
I have a feeling this Kane is Val Insurance.
You have an edge. Really don't need for Val Insurance. I think still has a Drain Sword or knows where Drain Spears are for sale. So I can definitely pick one up, and that's your anchor.
Not finding Rydia or Second Palom has decided to join Infinious in the merry art of cooking eggs.
Yeah, so what are some of your favorite toppings? You know, when you make an omelet, what do you like to add to it?
Ooh. I'm kind of basic with this, but give me some cheddar cheese, some bacon, some peppers, onions. How about you?
Yeah, I'll do the onions, you know, the bacon, the peppers. Not a big cheese fan. Maybe even some. At my place of work, I actually have a breakfast burrito that's eggs and salsa. They kind of make like an omelet, so it's like salsa. It's so good.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Making me hungry.
Oh, these eggs on screen are doing it to me.
I mean, let's see. We've got how many different types of eggs can we make? Let's see. We've got hard-boiled. We've got deviled eggs. We've got poached,
We got some sunny side up. We got some
scrambled, over easy.
Mike in chat, that's fantastic.
Maybe in a pair like egg Benedict. I do love me some eggs Benedicts. Oh yeah, so good. If there was another style of egg, a boxcar egg is always good too.
That I haven't had.
Oh, really? You cut the center out of a piece of bread.
Okay.
You butter both sides. You cut the center out.
I have had that. I just didn't realize that's what it was called.
Yeah, it has many different names. I've just known it as boxcars.
We're apparently tormenting our restreamer Psychonaut right now. Yeah, egg in a basket, that's what I've heard it called. Thank you, Heretic Trance.
As we are doing our massive grind, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our restreamer Psychonaut, our tracker Y2 Scott, and my co-commentator Engie Dave. And don't forget to follow both of these runners, Infinious and Possumorpheus, as they are just amazing.
And a big shout out to you, Tybalt, my extraordinary co-commentator.
Is it gonna be one of those of how many egg puns can we make?
I would certainly not put you through that.
I mean, it's a very excellent choice.
Oh, it certainly is, but I wouldn't want to poach that pun duty from some of our other restreamers.
Adamant stealing the MP from Rosa. It's not something you see too very often. Look, I think
Psychonaut's getting fried by all these.
Ooh, that was a good one. Man, you're better at this than I am. I need to read up on my pun jokes. Well, Infinious looks to be almost done. He just has a few more, or nope, it's done.
You don't gotta worry about that kind of housewife. I think the grind is ended too.
Ooh, don't drag on. That's a good one. Because they're dragon eggs. Haha. Infinious, with his levels of near power overwhelming, going down to the Fame March. It's one of those things when you finish your grind, you gotta make a choice of where you're gonna go. Infinious deciding Fame March.
Yeah, I got power now.
The one problem is that Pale Dim absorbs all element. Defiant Starveils buys them instantly.
Pale Dim's gonna be out for revenge after all these dragons we just killed.
And Possum as well is almost done with the grind. We'll see where he decides to go. I don't think he has 13 more left. I think it's more like 5 or 6, I want to say. He did it by 30. So.
The dueling grind's over, so we don't.
No, we'll at least have something to talk about. We've got Karate Man sitting at Leviathan and Pale Dim sitting at Azura. Either way you roll them, they're still nasty in their respective spots.
Oh, that's good.
because Leviathan has very high attack, so these kicks and one single smack is going to hit hard, as Edge took about a 2k hit. And here comes up the party-wide 500.
And we see Possumorpheus decide they're continuing, not quite the nuke yet, so making some more green eggs over there.
Green eggs and ham. Yeah, I got white on Rosa, so at least we'll have that. Now it's just a matter of getting the nuke, the microwave. I mean, Infinious does have a, full reflect party besides the Edge. I mean, you're gonna have one person that's not sending out magic.
Yeah, you haven't seen certain bosses that really punish you for using mages, so good idea to have a physical fighter.
Right. Valid any spot on the moon except for Cave Bahamut. Perfect magic defense.
Oh no, Rose it down! Rose it down!
Oh no. Well, we've got another white mage. It's good. It's just a matter of getting enough damage out here. Having nuke would make this a lot easier. These viruses for 1700 are helping out. Gets through karate. Will there be value here? Survey says power shirt.
Sort of.
Good for the Edge. Keep it for the experience.
Yeah. As long as I'm not upset to see a power shirt, but
especially this party with, Edge not really having much, I think, on Infinious side. Maybe a ninja shirt. Not sure if he picked up the black belt or not. And Infinious used a siren on the safe spot. Thunderbolt, yes!
That had to have been intentional. Probably just get out of inventory.
Yeah. I mean, if you're planning on getting the rest of your experience here with Palom, I mean, you still got to go through Medio to get your nuke. Awesome. Finished with his grind. Has nuke. Has white. It's also going to be going out of the Fame March. So I think his karate fight's going to go just a little bit easier, having that nuke.
Yeah, we are finally done with the eggs. No more offering people eggs in these trying times.
No, I'm stuffed.
Yeah, can't eat another one.
And Possum probably was double checking the shop. May have forgotten. When you look at too many shops, you tend to forget what's in them.
It happens. Infinious is starting to hear the sound of my nightmares.
Good old.
Yeah, that.
It gets stuck in your head. I mean, at least it could be a worse sound. It's not like it's the most annoying sound in the world, right?
No, and I am not going to replicate that sound because that'll be the last time I'm ever on comms.
Awesome, actually rearranging his spells. As we get to see what choice he makes first. Will he do karate or will he do pale dip first? On his side, it really doesn't matter that much, as doesn't need the experience before one fired the other.
Oh, man.
Through pale dim, is there value here? Tower key,
Maybe.
Maybe it's a maybe.
Value to be determined.
I mean, it's a quick walk up there. If you were able to do Pale Dip when you first came into the Fame Arch, you could at least single dip tower now.
I don't believe either runner has gone up the tower yet.
No, neither runner has. And it's one of those checks that some people like to fade if they don't have the tower key.
Yeah, I am in that. I'm in that group.
I'm right there with you. And it, you know, it has. I think it's burned everybody at least once.
Yeah, round of 32, game 1. That's all I gotta say.
Possum gets his power shirt. We'll simply take a step to the right and do Pale Dim here. Frozen now, gonna get that black. Maybe not. Nope. And luckily, Pale Dim does not absorb Holy. Well, there's a nasty boss out of the pool.
Psycho, why are you being this nice to our runners?
I mean, what else mean is still left out there?
Val?
Val. We've got an edge, though. Val
Evil
is
Wall.
trivial. At this point, with nukes and whites, not really. Bigan. I think that's about the worst boss we have right now. Is
I don't believe
Bigan.
we've seen Ogopogo yet, so we've Ogopogo and Plague left as Sparkles.
Yeah. Even then, Ogopogo is just Reflector nukes at that point, or just do YOLO.
You got two white mages. You got two white mages healed through the blazes.
Right. Here comes another sparkle up here at top of tower. If it's Ogopogo, it's free. To answer a question in chat, what's a Dia? The name Dia is in reference to one of our other runners that's been in previous tournaments, part of the community, Project Dia, who is known for running all mage parties. One of the few people that's actually beaten Possum in tournaments quite regularly, actually.
So Infinious is attempting to borrow Dia's power for this race.
I mean, so far this is actually a really close race in all senses. Both runners have endgame level. Parties vary a little bit differently.
I think it's advantage Possum until Infinious' mages get to their ultimate spells.
Even then, it comes down to, yes, on Infinious' side you have two whites and a nuke. Versus Possum, you have just a white and a nuke. It's a toss-up. White is a long casting spell, and top of tower is required, as that's the Adamant. There's our forge.
And that will soon be our first objective off the table. Now, what are you hoping to see from the forge with these parties?
Give me a life staff, white shirt.
We can't forge a life staff with the white shirt, sure.
That's a white shirt, Stardust Rod, but we've already got one. Adamant armor.
Oh,
Masa.
of course. Yeah, Masa, Adamant would be good. Avenger for Possum. Just be funny.
Yeah, Avenger's not a bad dart, actually.
True, it is still 80 power. 88 power, I think?
I mean, you say like a X-Cal is also an amazing dart, so I mean...
Yeah, Vanilla's never a terrible thing.
I think the worst thing that could probably pop up for our runners is probably Artemis arrows.
Very true. And the most insulting thing for Infinious would be a moon veil. After all the veil shenanigans.
Though a really nice item to have.
Oh, it is. It would just be funny.
Also, chat mentioning Crystal Sword.
Crystal Sword just gets traded in the shop for something else.
Yeah, Crystal Sword just turns into instant cash, or our runners could, hear me out, give it to the big Chocobo.
It's a valid choice since we'll be heading to the airship next. Or to the whale
Possum
next.
gets his Adamant. Question comes to me, does Infinious do Dwarf? There's the
Get a
Moon
dart.
lands.
And more importantly, that is objective number 3 on the table for Infinious at 1 hour and 3 minutes.
So David, at 1 hour and 3, you got your first objective done. How do you feel?
With the way key items are shook out, I don't necessarily feel terrible. I've run quite a few seeds of Adamant Cup, both groups and brackets, where the first objective was over the hour mark. It just happens sometimes in this flag set.
So the pigtail is not behind the rat tail. The rat tail turned into our earth crystal, and earth crystal turned into pass. So like I said, since we're going to the moon here, which do you go first? Do you go bottom up or top down?
I have the pass in hand. I'm probably full clearing in place. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 key items. I think I was starting K value. How about you?
I go bottom up. I've got path. I go all the way down to the bottom. I'm looking for quite a few key items at this point. And down at the bottom, there's possibly 4.
That's a very good point. The only reason I would hit K value first is it's an objective.
Fair point. But then you come into one of those situations of you do, top down, and all of a sudden you find most of your key items. You find Pigtail, Sand Ruby, and Package.
So I would probably hit.
I think you gotta go all the way down, regardless, to do.
Agreed.
The ribbon room, because you have the pass. You gotta do Cave Magnus.
Agreed. I would probably hit Bahamut and then dive all the way down to the bottom for the ribbon room and the checks down there.
Infinious going for the hairdryer chest here. Will Possum do the same? Possum's been known to check this chest, and it has paid out in dividends before.
Yep.
Will it pay out tonight?
To answer that question, chat, it's called the hairdryer chest because they look like hairdryers.
Well, it did not pay out. Some crystal armor of some sort.
In Possum's case, I think I agree more with going to the bottom of the moon first. I would want to try to get 10 key items first before hitting the big XP spots on Infinious' side, just because not having gotten ground all the way to Nuke.
Right. But I think Infinious is fairly close to Nuke. I think he might be 50 on his Palom.
Somewhere around there.
So definitely, even with the 100k, you stick like Kaipo guards in there and you can life glitch, you can get 150 in there. Easily enough.
That's a good point.
Well, there's our Val.
That's the best spot Val could be in for our runners.
Definitely, because guess what? You don't have to jump. Goodbye, Kane.
And this is where not having Nuke is going to hurt Infinious. I don't think Virus gets through the spin.
I think it's 174 here. It's not perfect magic defense. Nuke does get through here.
Nuke does, but Virus is only 128 power.
Let's see. 170. for magic defense here.
Okay, so a high roll virus can get through it. Or we just let Edge hit things.
Possum deciding to jump with the cane he took, opting to do full max damage with these nukes.
Now Quakes would get through the magic defense here.
Yeah, Quakes and nukes is when you get to the 254 that's where Quake falls off and only nuke immediately gets through.
We see just the physical power at this spot, punching the edge for 2200.
Yeah, this spot wasn't coded for physical attacks, so they just let you hit really, really hard.
Yeah,
Bahamut never hits you physically.
Just, you know, emotionally, spiritually.
And welcome everybody from RPG Limit Break. Do not spoil the race you were just at. In this particular race, we haven't found much for our objectives besides the Forge, as Sheila 1 had the Legend Sword and Top Tower held the Adamant. Both runners opted to do a massive egg grind to get their levels for their mage parties. There's a pan.
That's tempting to go back and... You're at 9 key items, that's tempting to go back and check just to try to find 10 before diving.
And Possum side, no. There's no point.
Infinious
levels. Even so, you have to think pan can lead into a few other key items, but I don't think it can lead into enough. Is the problem, because you have 3 terminal key items: Package, Sand Ruby, and Pinktail.
Both runners opting to stay on the moon. This, viewers, is why these two are in the round of 16, and
I think
and
both these runners.
boost.
I think Possum for sure goes directly to Ribbon Room. Infinious may decide to do something like White Spear Altar just before to maybe spike a 10th key item, and then
that's a
do
good
Ribbon
point.
Room, or even do something like the Mura Altar, or not Mura, Matza Altar to spike a 10th key item before doing the Ribbon Room. The only problem is if you go to the Ribbon Room and it's something like Lugae there, well, it's split EXP. Infinious ditching the ninja or the Tella. Full mage party.
Well, every boss that punishes you for a full mage party is gone.
Yeah, I mean, Vow is the only thing.
We see Possum clearing from the top.
I mean, you're right up here. Might as well. There's our buy again, so that's fine.
Infinious may want the juicier XP spots first to finish off the grind.
Yeah, definitely want that nuke. That nuke is so pivotal to doing a lot of these checks here. Tella gonna take care of himself here. You take care of the old man, he takes care of you, right?
That's right. And to answer a question in chat, if this ends with the T word, this game is effectively counted as having not happened. It's not so much best of 3 as it is first 2 wins.
Yep. No. Really not that bad. It's if Infinious had a win as well, then we kind of get into an interesting situation.
Yeah. Refer to it as a T word because I don't want to summon certain admins and get onto the newspaper.
I mean, to be completely honest, I think in the previous tournaments, there's been at least one tie in all previous tournaments. There, I said it. And there were some tournaments that had multiple.
That Vigan is required.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, so we have Harp. What? Possum making a gamble play here.
See, looking for interesting play.
I mean, okay, so let's see. Possum goes down, bonks Yang, does Sheila 2, is down to critical HP to do Twin Harp. It's 3 key item checks right there, and you're looking for...
Yeah, you're gambling on... You need the Pinktail, the Sand Ruby, and the package to all shake out of that.
3 key item checks there. Or something like Baron Key to open up 2 more checks. But I mean, very, very interesting play here. White Spear, just a crystal ring, not a 10th key item.
But still some free XP, not going to be upset about that.
As we see Possum here.
Yeah, Possum staying up to Twin Harp too.
I mean, I've been one to actually bonk Yang, exit, go back in, stand on a tile, and then cast exit. You get down to critical HP real fast.
Right, because every time you spin 90 degrees straight at exit, it's counted as stepping on the tile.
Yep. And here we have Leviathan. And Leviathan's popping up. I missed what the pan bonk turned into.
This is... Given that Infinious is 1 level away from Nuke, this is one of the better bosses that could have shown up.
Yeah. Baron Key, so that opens up 2 more key item checks that are... One's K-Main, 1 summon. K-Main does have a higher propensity for key items.
A good point.
So, I mean... Now, here's what you do. I think in Possum Shoot, since you're down here on the Earth, I think you go to Baron and you get the Swag of Bow. You get that Chocobo from Baron. Therefore, when you finish the Twin Harp, your Chocobo just goes right back to Baron. Also getting the Luca Key, another main check.
Yeah, that pan is paying out.
Assigned to just go straight over.
Yeah,
You go do the Twin Harp.
Gotta take out a few trees first.
Yeah, Babool was the rat tail originally.
Those trees he landed on were looking a little shady.
Yeah, I mean, you need a bigger parking area there, to be honest. The one little tile is so hard to park on.
It is.
The other thing is Possum does have to go back to do this Ribbon Room. I mean, there's also the play of if Possum finds Pinktail, Package, Sandruby, all down here on Earth, can go straight back up to the moon, complete the Ribbon Room, and can just go straight down to Z. But
that package says stay on the play.
At least you have the pass. That's the thing, you have the pass.
And it looks like very soon DJ Spoonie B is about to play us some of his lovely tunes.
Oh yeah, this is the Rosa. Just I use a confidant on Rosa.
No idea how she missed that.
I don't know either. Acro, that's what it is. reduced accuracy being in the back row and higher defense in the back row.
I mean, how do you miss yourself with this? Never mind.
Either way, it's going to be time for us to be quiet and not talk over music so we don't get the newspapers or, our regional mutes us. Enjoy, everybody.
And while Possumorpheus was fighting, or was giving us some music, Infinious finds Vanilla Ogopogo and gets more required key items from it.
Ooh, finds the pink tail. That hurts a lot for Possum at this point. Possum is up the Cave Magnus. You got Baron and Luca now. You're kind of committed to doing Earth checks at this point on Possum's side.
You've already completed an objective. You pretty much have to stick around, especially after doing Magnus.
I mean, at least the items that are needed are terminal key items, which is a nice thing. So it is just figuring out where the Sand Ruby is. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 locations left.
Baron Basement, Baron Throne, Sealed Cave, and this Evil Wall.
Crystal. Yep.
The absolute worst case for Possumorpheus is that the Sand Ruby is right here.
Yeah. The Sand Ruby has to be either at Baron or at Luca. It's one of those that if the Sand Ruby is here for Infinious, I don't know if Possum can make up the time.
If it's here, Infinious is very much in the driver's seat.
Yeah. But if you're playing the numbers game of K-Main has higher chance, which is something that Possum does. He plays the numbers game. Always has.
Problem is, randomizer doesn't necessarily care about your numbers game.
No, they don't actually. Because as the saying goes, rando gonna rando.
Or it cares just enough to let you know how much it thinks about your probability.
Oh, we've got a king here at the king spot. Baigan at Mura and King Queen Evelyn at Ribbon. And then Ogo at Ogo.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Infinious' Palom ran out of gas at an opportune moment. Well, we're down to Baron Throne and Luca Cave.
Yep. It just comes to be... Well, Baron Key was... Where did we pick up that Baron Key?
I think that was a Panbonk.
Yeah, it was
And then
Panbonk.
And then Luca Key was to turn in.
Yeah, no, it Infinious. Probably do Twin Harp first.
Right,
No, probably
do
do
your
the Panbonk.
objectives.
Do your objectives, yeah, definitely. I mean, the Panbonk does give you the opportune moment of being in critical HP, though. So it's one of those things that's a little tricky to route in.
Especially when you're looking for exactly one key item.
Right. You usually want to do your quickies and freebies, so... And Panbonk is a fairly quick check. Yeah, well, hey, at least you got some vanilla finally. Oh wait,
Yeah,
it's
it was a
random. We're
vanilla
not supposed to have vanilla. We've had 2 vanilla things. Vanilla Ogo,
Luke
vanilla Sid.
and... Was that an
Lugia
antlion?
was in vanilla.
No, the statues.
Oh, the statues? I think so.
It was Luge on the left, facing the right way.
There's the Sand Ruby.
Hey, so now we know the answer, which means we know that Sealed Cave has to be a Zonk.
Sealed Cave is nothing. There is no value in that Sealed Cave.
So the good news for Possumorpheus is he will get to fade the Crystal Sword Altar.
Yeah, because you're going to do your objective when you go down. And then it's a choice of going to Masa or White Spear. Problem here for Infinious is that he doesn't have Edge to be able to do that extra damage on Baigan, so it's just the Quakes coming out until a wall comes out. Possum going down to Luca.
Yep, this makes perfect
about a
sense.
minute down.
You came back down here to check on the pan. You got followed through on it.
Yeah, so in all relativity, it's still a close race.
It is. We know Possum's got to make a trip back to the moon to clear out the... Was it the Ribbon Room and Ogopogo spot, right?
Yep. Ribbon Room and Matsumune is our actual go mode for Possum.
So it comes down to how cleanly can Possumorpheus clear this out, and how long does it take Infinious to go check the Baron, go liberate Baron Castle?
And that's what it comes to. You've got Luca Key as well. Like, it's one of those hard choices. You get the Luca Key, you've got Baron, you've got Twin Harp. No, has not turned in the package yet. So it does not have to sit through the Kaipo infight.
The package came from the moon.
Yep, package came from the moon, so... When you have both the package and the Sand Ruby, you really want to turn the Sand Ruby in first, and then do the package cutscene.
Yeah, we've all been burnt by that already.
Oh, I've been burned by that, especially when you drop and you don't even put a save next to mist, and you walk right over the town and have to enter from the left side. And you're just like, ugh, I'm stuck doing this cutscene now, and I don't need to.
So Possumorpheus now knows the last 2 key items are somewhere on the moon.
Yep. As the pass, so it's going to be able to get the key items and either go from Kaipo or go from the Pinktail turn-in directly over to Troya.
Our runners high-five each other in their respective whales. Not sure about the physics of that, but that's not my problem.
I mean, look, they just looked at each other as they flew by each other, waving. Yeah, they're like spaceships passing in the night. See, Infinious knows what's up here, taking the Swagabo. Once you step in that lunar whale, a black chocobo shows up here, and you can fly over to the Twin Harp. And when you get on that black chocobo again, he flies right back to Baron.
Not sure what the purpose was of putting a black chocobo there.
You know, I'm not 100% sure myself either. I know there were some fixes in the in this rando, like the bridge for Detroya. Not in the vanilla game.
Of course, in the vanilla game, you don't have the chance to have parking issues.
This is also true. But Fading Sheila. So even though the Baron key is required, so we'll still have to do the pan bonk.
Infinious choosing to do his objectives first.
Right, and this still gets you closer back to the drop down for Magma Key.
Again, this makes perfect sense because you need 1 key item. Maybe it's here.
Yep. So the Swagaboo is in vanilla. I did not know that.
Yep. Scarlet Kitty dropping in knowledge on us.
Here comes a question for you, Dave. You're looking for 1 key item. Which spot do you do first? White Spear or Masa?
White Spear. It's faster. And right next door to the save point.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I do the same. I go right to White Spear.
We should be quiet because we're about to get an encore of Specchio's theme.
And Invader gets his spoon and realizes that he has to do the pan bonk.
And then decision time. I can't imagine Infinious will be above ground. I can't imagine he doesn't go straight to Baron afterwards.
You know, there's an argument to put a save at Baron and then do Shield too.
I meant
Does he go
after
through-
turning in Shield 2.
Oh yeah. Well, you pan bonk. You save it Baron, and you get the Luca key. But it's like one of those things. Like, do you really want to do that?
You got to keep it though, just in case it's not Baron.
Yeah, it's true. So as you're going back towards the underground, you put a save there to stick it close to Baron.
And Possumorpheus will likely head down to Ogopogo spot next.
Yep. He gets to fight the vanilla Ogopogo. No matter where he is, he's nasty.
Yeah, percent base damage, always fun.
But his biggest weakness is Zerg. We've got an edge that's pretty decked out, so. Like, hi Ogo.
Now this is gonna end up being a very tight finish between these two runners.
Definitely.
They've been putting on just an amazing show for us tonight.
Be sure to follow both of our runners, Judge Infinious and Possumorpheus. And as we're going over checks we've already seen before, be sure to follow our restream team, Psychonaut, Y2 Sky, my co-commentator, Engie Dave. This is something we love to do, put on shows for you.
And then be sure to give Tybalt a follow as well.
You don't need to worry about that guy. And here comes the reflected nukes and whites on Possum side to help Edge with the damage to good old Ogopogo.
Oh, well. Oh, that's right. Infinious wants to turn the pink tail first. It's an objective.
Yeah. Yeah, do your objectives. Having armor does make things go faster. But the question comes to be is, does Infinious check the Luca key? If he checks the Luca key, it's an even closer race.
If Infinious checks the Luca key, the race, it's not close at all at that point. Possumorpheus is in go mode. Just has to run back and turn in the pink tail. And burn the village.
And Infinious makes a save here. Going down to Luca.
Oh. I can't fault Infinious for this because you can peek the key item immediately.
Nope. It's a minute down there.
I mean, it's still a K main check. I can't fault Infinious for this play.
No,
we know in the booth that this leads to absolutely nothing.
Yes, and this hurts. It really does. Oh, we have Vanilla Iridia.
It's a very quick check to know that you're not you're gonna get. You don't have to sit through the Baron cutscene first to find out what the answer is.
Wait. With a hatless Cain burning down the village.
Wow, that hatless Cain, that's a rare sprite.
That definitely is a very rare sprite.
You see it exactly once in the game.
Yep. At the very end of the game.
Exactly.
Oh, will Possum be able to stone his party? Oh! Faster than having Titan come out and do the Quake.
Quick thinking.
That's two things I've learned today. Huh.
Oh, was the other one egg recipes?
No, it was the Swagova was actually in vanilla.
It always comes back to eggs around here.
I mean, we did what? 40 eggs, I want to say, between both runners.
Awesome did 20-ish, Infinious did yeah, we'll call it 40.
Yeah, like 40, 50 eggs. It was a. We were really hungry.
And there's the crystal for Possumorpheus. Gonna be wandering straight over to Zeromus shortly afterwards.
Here we go. Ooh, and fans remembering to heal before going into Baron.
Yeah,
I want to do that.
Yeah, it's happened to a few of us here. All of us, everyone who's ever run this game.
Never know when like a Dark Knight Sauce is going to show up, or a Leviathan, Ogopogo, or just something to go, oh, we're going to do percent-based damage, and goodbye. That's also a 17 out of 17 on Possum's side. It's going to be a 17 out of 17 on Infinious' side.
Oh, we're heading into the Zeromus fight momentarily.
Well, we got to turn the pass. We have to make the transition to the moon. We still got a little bit.
Oh, we are starting to see some flags in chat.
Yeah, that we are. It's nap time, right?
Yeah, I think
chat
I think chat wants to put us to bed after those puns.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely understand it. But there were some pretty excellent puns in there.
They were. Oh, I don't know. It's time for the Zeromus fight. Zeromus is too big, too scary. So he's got some contract that says, I can't be moved ever. It's ironclad. Our lawyers have tried to break it. They failed. So instead, we put Zeromus in all sorts of lovely costumes. There's over 500 that our admin Scala has done most of. But at this point, we have one more question to ask at the end of the seed. Tibbo, you here to do the honors?
Sure. Whose butt are we gonna be kicking tonight? I kind of want to hope we're Eggsmith.
And does the butt have a hat, among other things?
Is the butt cute? Does it have a butt?
How many butts could the butt hat?
How many butts? Because there's a few sprites that may have multiple butts.
Well, it's got a hat.
But questionable though. Hat looks like it's a hat helm thing, so I can go with that.
It's a kind of hat. Yeah, Tella doesn't want to be standing there, and Paladin probably made too many steps forward to nuke.
But the counter nuke going on the second best target.
Yeah, I'm worried about Paladin taking those few steps forward to nuke, standing right on the sword.
Look, Tella is there to protect Paladin.
Thank you, Scala, for telling us who the butt is, because I had no idea.
And neither did I. Looks like it's Darm from Wise 2.
Never played it.
And Infinious traded out anchors. Definitely. Hopefully, Infinious remembers to check Young to see what claw he has on.
You know something about claws, don't you?
Yeah, you know, something like a charm claw may mess things up for this party. Yeez.
And we see on Possum's side fairly standard reflex strats. Edge supplementing damage with some darts.
And there's the snap, crackle, boom. Dartmouth is down. Possumorpheus takes game 2.
And that punches Possumorpheus' ticket to the round of 8.
GG's to Possumorpheus. We will see if we can get him in here for an interview.
And I believe we are joined by Possumorpheus. GG's, Possum.
Thank you. GG's to Infinious.
I think
So, Poss. Go ahead, Dave.
I think the first question I have, was there any, or what was the thoughts behind your quick exit from the moon?
I mean, I had the pan, and I picked up the twin harp. The twin harp's an objective. The pan can lead to any number of things that could also have objective pieces behind it. If there's a strange world in which I can find everything I need, and all paths lead to key items, I can just hit Ribbon Room and then go to Z right away without doing more alters. So I was pretty committed to trying to find something of value from those checks. It gave me more of a direction once I got to the moon, maybe allowed me to fade 1 or 2 checks up there, and ultimately that's what happened. I got to fade Crystal Sword Altar, which I found out was a not-so-friendly evil wall, so pretty happy how that turned out.
Makes sense. Hey, you were going to, you were saying, Tybalt?
No, I was going to ask the same question, actually. But so we saw you, get that early birth crystal, 9 minutes in, and we had seen sirens on the hook crowd already. You hadn't been there yet, but how'd you feel about that treasury?
I mean, it was great for a party that I didn't have yet. There was, a Stardust Rod, a Black Shirt, I think. There was a bunch of stuff in there that was super helpful for other people. I think there were like 2 middle swords. I don't remember if there was anything particularly good in there. I think I was still rocking Mute Knife. What was it? Mute Knife, Assassin Dagger, I want to say.
Yeah, until you hit the Flame Dog.
Yeah, the Flame Dog was great. I was happy to spike that Murrah, obviously. That Mom Bomb was annoying. That Golbez was annoying. That entire tower was annoying. I found out it annoyed Infinious more than it annoyed me. So I guess small victory. But yeah, that was a rough tower, especially because I went up it pretty dang early to route it into Baron. I was like, oh, I'll be fine. There's not a ton of stuff up here that can really do a number to me. I was wrong.
Yeah, and Porum saved your bacon there with the getting Starveil off.
Porum and a well-timed run buffer. So thank you, Solaris, for teaching me how to actually do that.
I think I'll need you to teach me how to do those at some point.
Hey, Solaris is a master at that. You gotta have him teach it. I am but a student.
Yeah, so we saw you get the Palom from Hook Crowd, and I think at that point you had pretty much went, "This is my party. I'm gonna go." Right? You get your sirens and then grind. And we saw you stop halfway through. Was that to maybe hope for another nuke caster instead of a white caster?
Yeah, I was hunting Rydia or a second Palom. I have an addiction to nuke, and it is only cured by more nuke, which means that addiction will be permanent. So, yeah, that's me. I love nuke. So if I can find nuke, I will get nuke. Yeah, Palom was phenomenal. I did dwarf, even with a blue robe there, taking the 50-50 on it being a gauntlet. I wanted to see if I could find a second black mage and get myself a second nuke caster. It didn't happen. Rosa, Palom, and Edge is a perfectly fine fallback plan. I figured with a Kane Anchor I had more than enough capability with a full mage party in case I ran into Val. I did run into Val. Forgot that you can just nuke her there, and you don't have to jump, but it worked out either way, so...
I was wondering about that, because that's the one spot on the moon that you can nuke Val.
Yep.
But you were able to get the quad 9s with her out of her spin, though. So, I mean, it did help out to jump.
It lined up fairly well, and honestly, even with the full mage party, I don't know that a second black mage is more helpful than Edge on that moon. He did work in that fight. He helped quite a bit on Baigan. He helped on Ogo. Like, that Edge actually may have been better than Iridia long term. So, I think it would have been a win-win either way, but that Edge pulled quite a bit of weight.
I would agree with you on that, seeing how much faster your Baigan fight was.
Yeah, I was very happy with the moon fights overall, with the exception of that Val. The Baigan fight was buttery smooth. The Ogopogo fight was real smooth. And then obviously the Leviathan was free, and so was the King Queen Evelyn. It was an interesting one though. I think I played it well enough. Happy to get the W today.
And one last thing how happy were you to see that Magma Key at Ordeals?
I mean, it meant I didn't have to do a hook route, but when I got that Magma Key, I didn't know who was on the hook. So when I dove down there, it was to basically peak the character eventually. And it was like, okay, well, we don't have to deal with a turtle, which is good because I already had that experience against Klopfer in the round of 32. I don't need no more turtle hook routes. I'm over that nonsense. With that party, it would have been fine, honestly, but I just do not want.
Well, Dave, do you have any other questions for our good friend Possum here?
Nothing. I think I've got questions. Just how much victory chicken you can have after this?
None, actually. I decided to have Victory Chicken a day early, so today we had an after-work event, and decided that was going to be my fill today, courtesy of a client. So thank you to said client and work.
Oh, always good to have a client take you out for lunch like that.
Exactly. So we'll get some Victory ice cream for sure, though. We'll go back up strats.
Hey, gotta have something. GG's once again, Possum. Any thoughts on the round of 16? Are you scared?
Well, the round of 16 is now over for me. So
right.
My thoughts on it are, it was great. Managed to make it through to the round of 8 undefeated, which is tying for my best run in a tournament. So happy to have matched my prior performance. I was knocked out by Pancraz in the round of 8 after being knocked out by Dia twice in the round of 16. So getting better every tournament, which feels good. The progression is there. Next up is either going to be Zyrak or Woobear. I've faced Zyrak once before in the table stage of ZZ4, I think? ZZ3? Bloody Hill League? I don't know, one of them. It was a while back. Faced Zyrak, and I think I actually took a loss there. And then faced Woobear in the last tournament and was fortunate enough to squeak by him by virtue of a slightly better Sea Hero knowledge. So it'll be pretty hype whoever I run into. I'm excited for that round of 8. Whoever I end up facing off against.
GG's once again, and good luck on your future endeavors.
Yeah, well, thank you both. Thank you, Tybalt and Dave, obviously, for doing comms. I'm going to look forward to watching this one back. From the sounds of it, post-game in the talks with Infinious, we were very close. It is no surprise to anyone. So look forward to watching it back and see all the hype in, pseudo real time. Thank you, Y2 Sky, for pushing all the buttons. And thank you, Psychonaut, for rolling this one and for doing all the work you do behind the scenes. And thank you to everyone in the crowd. Y'all are the reason we do this. So appreciate y'all coming out. And GG's once again to Infinious. Love you, buddy. You are the Thunder from Down Under. And I look forward to see you in the future in other tournament runs. Have a good night, y'all.
All right.
Well, Chad, that was Possumorpheus. We'll see if Judge Infinious will come in here for an interview. That was still one heck of a race, right, Dave?
That was just great the whole way.
And we are joined by Infinious. GG's Infinious.
GG's. Yeah, that kind of sucked a bit, but that's alright. These things happen.
Yeah, we saw that you're trying to channel your inner Dia. You did check the hook route fairly early, and you saw the Kinazo there. And then you found the Magma Key later on. How happy were you to find that Magma Key?
Pretty happy. Like, I kind of regretted spending a whole bunch of time trying to prepare for that possible hook route. I actually ended up looting way more than I would normally have done. Finding that Ninja Sword and long blade in Evelyn really did help a fair bit, especially in the early game. But and I figured I need that for that hook route, but it turns out I didn't need it. So yeah, That was fun. I guess, yeah, it's one of the things where it's like happy to not have to do that fight because that would be a very technical, awkward fight where you have to find 4 rages and whatnot. But turns out, yeah, didn't need to in the end.
Right, I think all that extra loot helped you be able to buy all the sirens because you did a lot of eggs, and it looks like you almost fell just short of Nuke on Palom.
So okay, so let's go back to that gold base because that is that is probably what cost me all those 5 or 6 minutes or whatever. Turns out when I bought the 2 I think what happens when I bought the 2 drain spears, I accidentally sold my star veils.
Oh, is that what
And
happened?
and once because I didn't see any star veils in my inventory, I had it all set up, pretty well, and then it was like, where's my star veils? And there were no star veils, and then I died. So that kind of prompted a whole bunch of decisions in the future. But the really unfortunate thing about that was that because I had to use my defense sword as a dart to make sure I got through that fight, I ended up being I couldn't sell enough stuff to get enough sirens in the first place, and that also not only do I take the 2 wipes I end up doing, but I also base a whole bunch of my fights on the moon end up being slow because I don't have nuke.
Yeah, I think you actually used your last star veil in one of your fights before Golbez.
No, I don't. What fight would I have needed to use a star veil for?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything
Star
Veil worthy before that.
There wasn't one. So that to me that implied I had to have sold it by accident.
Maybe I'm seed mixing.
Maybe, but like there was, when I was going through my boss track, I was like, I haven't used any star veils, right? And it was also really unfortunate because I saw the star veils in Feymarch for sale. I was like, I don't need to buy any. I haven't used any yet. And then I looked at my inventory, like, where are my star veils? Oh, and then yeah, so that prompted a whole bunch of, like I said, that prompted a whole bunch of decisions because of that.
But still, being able to get through that Golbez without any star veils, that is some pretty high-tech knowledge there.
Oh, God, it took me a while to puzzle through that. Like knowing I had enough darts, knowing that I needed to take someone out first, but then also revive them before the Shadow Dragon retreated. Yeah, like I was really annoyed I failed the second time because Edge didn't one-shot Talon. That was the annoying thing. But yeah, there was a lot of puzzling given that I didn't have nuke, which made, I don't know. Let's just call that the lit free experience.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you show us some high-tech knowledge there. Dave, you got anything else for Infinious here?
You've covered my questions for him already.
Any other major thoughts on this particular scene, Infinious?
Kind of got lucky. I did that Baigan fight in one shot because I wasn't counting damage, so I was really hoping that white from the reflective white from Reza would get the kill because I was out of MP on Palom because I was on Quake strats at that point. But yeah, no, like I said, I figured coming into this, I needed to be perfect, and I was clearly not perfect, and yeah, I lost by 6 minutes because of it. So it is what it is. Going to chillax for a little bit, and we'll see what happens for the next tournament, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, still made the round of 16, which is not a small feat in this community. Like, there are really good runners in here.
I mean, I still feel like I got a bit lucky to get to win some of those things, but I will still maintain that not as good as people think I am. But again, thank you to you both, Tibot and Ingide for doing comms. Thank you, Psychonaut for doing the restreaming, and thank you Y2Sky for doing tracking. It's all appreciated because I'm sure some of those fights were actually at least enjoyable to watch.
Oh, they were definitely enjoyable. We had fun.
All right. I think with that, I'm going to duck out. And yeah, you two enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, you too, and
Enjoy the
GG's
rest of
once
your
again.
GG's.
Well, chat, it's that time again, but it's that time to end Free Enterprise fully. We've still got more races going on. I believe there's one restreamed race going on tomorrow on the Free Enterprise channel, Plumeria Knight versus Moonblaze Wolf at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I think that's the only race going on tomorrow, actually.
That is the only other scheduled race was the third race in this match, but that's not happening.
No, but we still got some more Free Enterprise for you tonight. We're going to be sending you on over to our secondary channel, Free Enterprise 2, where it is Gale Swift versus Simbu. Going to cheer them on. No spoilers. If you spoil any of this race, you get newspapers. We have an entire closet full. We can roll them up. They hurt. I've been hit by a few.
Yeah, you deliver big enough spoilers, you get the Sunday edition. Good night to all of you, and enjoy the next race, or well, the race currently in progress.